Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and today I'm doing a what's in my bag video, but this is my travel bag. This is my travel toiletries bag. So if I'm ever going on a trip or a vacation, I just have this already packed, and I usually wind up adding like a couple things to it, but I have it already pre-packed, so it makes it really easy. We don't really go on like vacations that much, ever anymore. But the last one we went on was our honeymoon a couple of years, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. We went on our honeymoon in Bali, but besides that, these days we really just go on like seeing family or traveling to go to family or friends' weddings, things like that. Hopefully we will actually do some like actual vacation type travel at some point, but really it's mostly just like little trips to see family or things like that. So yeah, often I'm just taking this for like a couple days, but it just has everything I need. So I just thought it'd be fun to show you what's in my travel bag. So it's got these different, I'll just kind of like show you how it looks all together. It's got these different sides that open up. I'll just open that one to start. This is the main component, which opens, as you can see, and it actually stores a lot. This bag is not like that big, but it stores a lot. So yeah, I'll start with this little outer pocket. Honestly, I don't even know what's in here. I don't really ever use it. I think it's like Band-Aids. Yeah, it's like first aid. Okay, so we've got a thermometer, which, to be honest, like I probably will never remember is in there. So sometimes I like over prepare and I pack things like a thermometer, but then if I actually needed it, I would never have thought that I had that in my bag. But anyway, I've got a thermometer, and the only reason I have that is because we got that for free, I think, from the hospital after I gave birth to my daughter. So I was like, well, I don't know what to do with that, so I just put it in this travel bag. But then I've also got some two Band-Aids. One is like the pretty small size, and one's like a typical size. They look really old, don't they? They look like they have been sitting around for years, but I'm sure they will work. Maybe at some point we will actually use them. So Band-Aids. I also have Band-Aids in my purse, so yeah. And then I've also got these are aspirin. And I pretty much only take aspirin as like a pain med, which is funny because my husband's brother's girlfriend is a pharmacist, and she was kind of like laughing and joking at the fact that I told her like that I always use aspirin as like my preferred if I like have cramps or like a headache, you know, that kind of pain. She was kind of laughing. She was like, nobody uses aspirin anymore. I was like, well, I do. I can't remember the reason why she said something like Tylenol, I think, is preferred. I can't remember, but whatever. I use aspirin. I guess I'm an old fuddy-duddy according to modern standards. So that's like the first aid pocket, which was like, yeah, maybe a little bit boring, but that is the oh my gosh, I like can't even fit this back in. Okay, so that's the first aid pocket. I'm gonna go ahead and open this side. This is like my dental, pretty sure this is my dental side. Oops. Got stuff falling out. So what I would normally do, like if I'm going on a trip, is I just throw my electric toothbrush in here. I used to have like a non-electric toothbrush in here, but honestly the electric toothbrush is just a little bit bigger and it does a better job of brushing. I find that's why I use an electric toothbrush. I just feel like it does a much better job than a manual. So I just throw my electric toothbrush in. I always make sure to remember that. But besides that, I have got toothpaste. This is a toothpaste that we got from our honeymoon in Bali. It's called Ciptadent. It's like, yeah, it's got writing in, oh my god, I'm blanking on the language, but yeah. It's not, I don't think it's called Indonesian. I don't think it's Balinese. It's whatever the main Indonesian language is. I don't think it's called Indonesian. But anyway, that's my toothpaste, which is getting low. But I think I have like another travel toothpaste as well. Actually, I think I have another Ciptadent. Then I have this tongue scraper, which if you don't use tongue scrapers, I would highly recommend trying them. You can get like a 2-pack of these for like $7. You just stick your tongue out and like gently scrape your tongue, and it removes anything that's on your tongue. Because, you know, people like, they talk about like brushing their tongue with their toothbrush, but I don't think it does as good of a job. It also makes me kind of gag whenever I've tried to like brush my tongue with a toothbrush. So I use the tongue scraper. I brush twice a day and I always use this, and I just have done it for years and I can't imagine not doing it. And then I've also got a few in here. I'm just gonna pull one out, but these are these little like flossers. That one's kind of broken. Yeah, these little like flossers. I don't really use this part. I mostly just use this part. And I also floss my teeth. I think I mentioned this in like other videos, but I floss my teeth like all throughout the day. I floss them before I brush my teeth. So that's, you know, in the morning and at night. But I also pretty much always floss after meals or snacks. I just really do not like the sensation of food being caught in between my teeth. Obviously it's also like dental hygiene, but it's honestly more about like, I just don't like the sensation of food in my teeth. So I'm like constantly flossing throughout the day. So I have those there. I have them in my purse. I have them like all over the house. Yeah. Okay, and then let's check out this side. I think I just got this bag on Amazon, by the way. If you're curious, but you know, you just search like travel toiletries bag. Okay, so first thing, this is really old, but this is a Diva cup. If you don't know, Diva cup is like a menstrual cup. So it's like an alternative to tampons. The cup is inside. I'm just gonna leave it in. But this is really old. I have since purchased newer cups. This was the first cup I ever had, and I've since purchased like newer ones, but I just have this in here like in case I unexpectedly start my period or something like that. I've never had to use it unexpectedly on vacation, but if I do. And then I've also got like, these are just like panty liners. So that's kind of like the period stuff. Then this is deodorant, as you can see. This is not at all like my favorite type of deodorant. I simply have it in here because I'm trying to use it up. As you can, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like almost gone. So I'm trying to use it up, so I thought I would just put it in my travel bag. It's just a solid deodorant, but I don't like it because it's scented, and I try to buy unscented deodorants not because I'm against the scent. Obviously, I do a bunch of perfume reviews on this channel. It's more that if I'm going to wear a perfume, I don't want my armpits to also have their own unique scent, if that makes sense. But I also don't really love these solid ones. If I'm wearing a antiperspirant, I like the gel ones, the clear gel ones. Like right now I'm wearing the secret gel. And I've really wanted to try over the years to wear like a non-aluminum deodorant. But I just never found one that fully totally works and meets all my needs. So okay, and then in here I've just got a few moisturizing type things. This is it says youth watery oil. This was a little sample that I got. I think it was from the brand Guerlain. Yeah, Guerlain. I don't even know where I got that, but I wound up I just saved the container, and I wound up putting my own oil in here. I think this oil is rosehip oil. I think it's rosehip oil. It's some kind of thin profile oil like that. So typically what I do for facial moisturizer is I just use a thin, a very fine oil, and I'll just put a few drops on my face, and that's typically what I do for moisturizer. Then I also have, this is something that I actually made. As you can see, it's like a little lip balm type container, and you could totally use it as a lip balm, but I actually use this as a facial balm. This is really thin. If I want something a little more substantial because I have a dry patch or something, this is a little thicker and it has a little bit of beeswax, so it kind of just is more of a balm. So I don't use this too often, but it's there if I need it. And then what is this? This is a sample instant erase eye serum with neuropeptides, but honestly it feels completely dried out, so I'm just gonna remove it from my bag because I'm pretty sure it's completely dried out. And I don't really buy stuff like that typically, but if I have samples, I'll totally use it. But yeah, I don't really buy specialized eye creams, or I don't even necessarily typically buy a face cream. I don't know. I just think maybe they might be worth it. But I think a lot of times those are kind of a waste of money, and a lot of times they have so many ingredients that I'm like, do I really want to be putting all these ingredients on my skin? Sometimes they have stuff in there that's probably not great to actually soak into your body all the time. So I just keep it simple often. Okay, let's go ahead and look in the main compartment. And this is so fun. So you can hang this in the bathroom wherever you are. So that way it's pretty accessible. So yeah, where to start? I guess I'll start up here. This is the hair. This is the hair component, hair section. Wish I had a place to put this right now. I'll just take all of the things out and then show you, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. But I've got a hair tie. I chose this kind of a light brown because I felt this will probably match with most things that I'm wearing. And then I don't have to think to pack hair ties. But if I am wanting to look cute on a particular day and I know I'm gonna wear a particular shirt or dress, then maybe I'd pack a color for that too. But I wear these a lot. As you can see, I'm wearing a dark blue to match this dress. I wear these velvet type scrunchies a lot. Okay, and then here's like a normal hair tie. I don't know what you would call this exactly, but like one of those. And then these are a bunch of bobby pins. Bobby pins, which I do use sometimes. I don't use like super often, maybe like once every other week or so. I will use bobby pins to pin up my hair in some way. And then these, as you can see, are like little elastic bands, like if I want to put up my hair in the front or something. I don't do that super often. I probably don't ever do it when I'm like traveling, but I can if I want. Then I also randomly just have these tweezers in that pocket, and I do use these when I travel. I mean, I use tweezers to obviously pluck my eyebrows, but I will also use them if I have like some like flaky patches of skin on my face. Sometimes it's kind of gross, but I will use a tweezer to like pull off, like if there's like a little flaky piece of skin and I'm trying to be gentle, but I want to like remove it. So there's that. And then lastly, this is just like, as you can see, a empty little sachet bag. This is where I would put jewelry. So that's another thing that is not already in my bag, but I would pack like the day before, like earrings specifically. I pretty much only wear earrings these days. I used to wear necklaces and I used to occasionally wear rings, but now I'm married, so I just always have my wedding ring, and I'm like happy with that. I really like my wedding ring, and I'm honestly just too lazy to wear necklaces, I feel. So okay, let's go ahead and put these back. And these tweezers. So that was like the mostly hair section. This next section here, this is little perfumes as well as lip gloss. So I guess I'll just pull all these out just to show you. Yeah, if I'm like going on a longer vacation, I maybe would, and I'm not pregnant, I maybe would pack like an actual perfume or like a mini perfume, but like these, you know, typically do just fine. You can get a lot of wear out of these little samples. Like, I swear, like one of these I feel like would last me like a week or two, because I don't usually spray that crazy. But anyway, let's just go through them. So this is Maud Jacobs Maud Noir. I think this one's actually discontinued, but this is such a beautiful scent. Well, from what I remember, it's a bit of a green, I think green floral, maybe slightly woody, fruity, I don't know. I remember it has a green touch to it. Maud Noir. And then this one is the brand Loe, I don't know how to say this, Loewe, I don't know. This one's called Solo. I recall this is a very like pretty, innocent floral. Then we have Erin's Mediterranean Honeysuckle, really beautiful, fresh honeysuckle citrus scent, if I recall. And just very fresh, so like good for somewhere sunny. Then we have, this is by the brand, I think Maison Ribace, and this is called Rose Ribace. So this is a beautiful rose, fresh rose, I think a little bit fruity as well. This is by Victor and Rolf, and this is from their Magic line, and it's called Sparkling Secret. I think this one is like floral with some ginger, so it's a little bit spiced and maybe like amber. I think this might be discontinued as well, but this one to me is like a little bit sexier. Then this is Versace's Bright Crystal, the Absolute version. So fresh, fruity, super citrusy, floral perhaps. I think it has some floral as well. This is Armani's Air de Joie. Really beautiful, like kind of aromatic, slightly salty, touch of floral, touch of like woodiness, beautiful like airy fragrance. And then this is Isimaki's L'Odyssey Oh, and Magnolia. So this is a Magnolia flanker. So yeah, it just smells like beautiful white floral, has a bit of like a beachy vibe, very fresh. So obviously, as you can see, I've got quite a few samples in this bag. I have so many samples just from buying perfume samples over the years. I've just thrown quite a few in here. And then this is my lip balm gloss. It's like a tinted lip balm in the color Rose. It's actually on my lips right now. This is I happen to wear this for pretty much all of my, I usually just put a little bit on before I film an ASMR video, because often my lips are kind of dry and it's just nice to have a little bit of tinted color. It's not like a lipstick, but it just adds a little bit of color. So I have this like sitting right next to my travel bag, but when I travel I actually like put it in my bag. Yeah, but I really like, I don't own any lipsticks. I find these to be enough. I usually don't ever want to have like that dark of a lip. I just don't really like it on myself for whatever reason. Okay, so I'm gonna put all of these samples back. Actually, I'll keep that out. Okay, and then we are to this main compartment. I'll start with this though. This is my like sleep. This is my sleep compartment. Sleep. So I'm gonna just take everything out and show you. Okay. Is that everything? Yes. Okay, so this is a sleep mask. I don't know about you guys, but I wear sleep masks all the time. Every night at home or when I travel, I wear a sleep mask. I just need it. I mean, I don't, obviously I could sleep without it, but I sleep so much better. These are super cheap, so yeah. And people are like, oh, I don't like the feeling. Well, I don't feel it once I'm sleeping, so that's my, same with earplugs. This is my Invisalign. If you don't know, Invisalign are those like, they're like braces, but rather than like the metal braces, they're like the plastic retainer braces. And I did Invisalign 4 or 5 years ago, probably like 4 years ago, and I honestly kind of regret it. My teeth looked basically the same. I regret it because I paid out of pocket for it. It wasn't crazy, but it was like just under $4,000. My teeth were basically the same. The main difference was that there was some crowding and a little crookedness in my bottom teeth, but it wasn't awful. It was just noticeable. But when I was smiling like this, you couldn't tell because the bottom was covered. So it was really more so just like when I was talking and stuff, or if my mouth is open, that you could tell that there was crookedness. So that is now gone for the most part, but it actually made my top teeth worse. It actually put a small gap. I don't know if you can see, but there's a very small gap between my front teeth, which is not the end of the world, but it's like I just feel like it wasn't worth it because it put a small gap, and your teeth always are wanting to drift back, so you have to wear these retainers. You're supposed to wear them every night. Sorry, this is kind of gross, but that's what they look like. You're supposed to wear these every night. I do not. I wear them about every 5 days. They just go on your teeth like that. I wear them like every 4 days. I wear them every 4 days. I have a little reminder on my phone to wear them because I don't like having them in my mouth every night. It doesn't feel comfortable. I feel like I clench my jaw more. Plastic in my mouth all night. I just don't like it. So, I don't like that aspect of it. And if you stop wearing them, your teeth will probably go back to the way they were. But I'm kind of in this bind now because I'm like, well, I am scared that if I stop wearing them, my teeth won't go back to exactly how they were. They'll go back to something different, which I don't know. It's an unknown variable. So, like, what if my gap in my front teeth gets worse? You know, if I knew for sure that my teeth would go back to how they always were, I'd probably stop wearing these immediately. I'd be like, whatever, I'm happy. I had those teeth all my life. I loved them enough. But if I didn't know, if I can't have that guarantee and like my teeth turn into a whole new thing, then I don't know. It's a bit of a fear for me, honestly. So anyway, and then these are, I'm not gonna put these close because they're a little bit gross, but these are earplugs. They're like the wax kind, and I wear earplugs at night, every night, as well, face mask and earplugs, so I really decrease the sensory inputs, and I think I sleep a lot better because of earplugs. I don't hear my husband moving around, getting up. He comes to bed later than me often. So I wear earplugs at night, and again, people are like, oh, I don't like how it feels. Well, I mean, you get used to it, you know. And these are the wax ones, which are like softer than the like foam ones. I find those ones to be a little uncomfortable. So that's that. And then this is like one of those little like scrunchies that doesn't dent. So what I do at night with my hair is I pull it into like all the way on the top of my head. Like imagine this except here, and I pull it all the way on the top of my head, and then I put it in a bun, and then I wrap this around it so it's like a bun on the very top of my head. And the reason that I do my hair like that at night is because it just keeps it up here so that I can lay back and it's completely out of the way. And these ones don't dent your hair, so they don't really leave like much of a dent really. So that's what I do for my hair at night, at home, and when I travel. And then this is a little tin that has melatonin. Oh my gosh. It has melatonin in it. And it also has, the little blue ones are Unisom. And Unisom is, it's an over-the-counter sleep aid that you can take while you're pregnant. So I did use it quite a bit in my first pregnancy. I used it a little bit in my second pregnancy. I really more so used it not to help me sleep, but for nausea, because it helps with nausea, but it also is a sleep aid. So I have that in there, even though I probably won't use it for a very long time, if at all. I honestly don't really love Unisom, at least with my most recent, this pregnancy. With this pregnancy, I used it a little, but I had to stop using it because it gave me a bad side effect symptom of restless leg syndrome. I don't know if you guys ever get restless leg syndrome, but I do occasionally. I get it occasionally just if I'm really amped up and I'm struggling with like anxiety and insomnia. I'll get a little bit of like restless leg syndrome, but also the Unisom, that gave me restless leg syndrome as a side effect, which was ironic because it's like a sleep aid, so it was like tiring my brain, but if I was not in bed yet, I would feel like restlessness in my legs, and like, you know, if you know, you know, it's very uncomfortable sensations that you feel in your legs. It's awful. And sometimes I would like wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be feeling the restless leg syndromes so bad. So I stopped. I really didn't use it much this pregnancy. Okay, and then lastly, these are homemade xylitol mints that I made. I have like they're like in the shape of lifesavers. So I have like a little lifesaver mold, like a silicone mold. And basically to make these, all that I do is I have xylitol crystals, just like the granular xylitol that you would buy. You get I get it at the store or Amazon, and then I put that in a saucepan on the stove and I heat it up until it turns into a liquid. So it has to get pretty hot, and then it liquefies, And then you can add like peppermint essential oil, or like, I mean, any type of flavoring at that point, like an essential oil or some other type of flavoring I would think you could add. I don't know. The only thing I've ever tried is peppermint essential oil. But I've just even stopped adding that because basically so these ones are really just melted down xylitol that I pour in the mold, and then they harden, they crystallize again. I stopped adding the peppermint because honestly these taste good on their own. Their xylitol is just sweet, so it just tastes like sugar. But the reason I have these is because xylitol has been a big part of my dental hygiene for the last few actually, it's only been like going on 1 year. It'll be like a year in like a month or so from now. I try to have xylitol at minimum before I go to bed, but I try to remember to do it like after I've finished eating. I'll often just have like half of one of these. Like, I won't even have a whole one, but I'll have half of one of these and I'll suck on it. And xylitol is good for your dental health. It like inhibits the growth of Streptococcus mutans, which is the bacteria that produces plaque on your teeth. And yeah, it's kind of an easy thing to do because it's like a little piece of sugar, so it's not like a barrier to entry, you know. I try to do it after I eat to prevent plaque from forming, and then definitely before bed after I brush my teeth I'll do that to prevent plaque from forming overnight. It has definitely helped my dental health. Like, I mean, it could be a coincidence, but you know how like when you go to the dentist and they do a dental exam, they like look at your pockets on your teeth. I don't know what it's called, but they go like 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2. You know, they like measure each tooth. Well, as I've gotten older, the numbers have gone up, as they often do for most people. Even though my dental health has gotten better and better and better, the numbers have gotten worse. You know, that's just life. But literally, I used xylitol for like 6 months, and my numbers got like significantly better. So, you know, unless it's something else that I'm unaware of, I'm attributing it to the xylitol making a big difference. Okay, so this is the last component of this bag that I have to show you. As you can see, I've got a hairbrush. This is the type of hairbrush that I use at home too, but the one that I use at home is a little bit bigger. It's I think is it not Avon? What's that like brand that starts with an A that makes like natural products? Aveeno? I don't know. But yeah, I have that one at home. This is my travel brush. It's a little smaller, but it still does a good job. This is my makeup bag. I'll show you this last. But what do I have in this component? I have like shampoo and conditioner, I think. This is conditioner, which honestly feels like it's almost out. So I'll probably use that like one more time and then it'll be like out. And then this one is shampoo. We got these, like my husband and I a few years ago, like we're at an Airbnb several hours south of us, just like a little staycation, vacation, I mean in our area. So we got these in an Airbnb, and oh my god, my husband like kind of embarrasses me that he does this, but it's also kind of handy. But like if they have like things like this, you know, that guests can use, he will take all of them and he will put all of them in his luggage and take them home, which I'm like, and he's like, well, and my husband is not greedy, or, you know, he's a very like good person, but to me, I'm like, okay, we should take like 1 or 2, but if there's like 4 or 5, he will take all of them, which to me is like a little embarrassing. But it means that we always have, we often have like little travel size that's why I have like multiple of those toothpastes from our Bali vacation, because he took multiple of those too. Anyway, he's like, well, they're for us. I'm like, yeah, but they don't want us to take all of them, you know. Okay, then this is a razor a razor, and I like honestly never really wind up using it. I would use this if we were gone for more than a week, but I don't shave. I probably shave like once a week. I just, even my legs, I feel like if my leg hair and armpit hair grows out for a week, it's not that long. I just don't care. I just don't care that much. So I usually shave once a week, something like that, once every 6 days. I don't know. So yeah, we don't really go on long vacations much, but if we do, I would use this, but otherwise I like really hardly don't. And then this is dry shampoo. It's like a little spray. I hardly use this ever either, but it just, if you don't know dry shampoo, you just spray in your hair. It kind of like soaks up some of the oil. So it's really something that I use if like my hair is a little oily and I'm not about to wash it. Which during pregnancy is like, I never use dry shampoo during pregnancy because just being pregnant changes your skin and your hair, and like my hair just does not get oily during pregnancy. I don't know why. So I don't need to wash it as often, and I don't need to use dry shampoo. When I'm not pregnant, I usually wash my hair every 3 days, and even on the 3rd day it's starting to look a little oily. When I'm not pregnant, I do not need to wash it that often. I wash it like every 6 days, probably same day that I shave. I shave and wash my hair on the same day when I'm pregnant. Okay, and then this is my makeup bag. So it's got a bunch of makeup in it. I guess I'll just take things out as they come. So this is a small, what do you call this? Kabuki brush? I don't know I know literally nothing about brushes because I am not a fancy makeup person. I use makeup pretty much most days. I will wear a little bit of makeup. Like I'm wearing a little bit of makeup right now. As in not foundation, tiny bit of powder foundation. Not even everywhere, just in a few places. And I put a little bit of like brown powder on my brows. I think that's it. But yeah, so I really don't wear that much makeup, but I have all the things here that I do if I wear more makeup, so I can. So anyway, if I were gonna do a full powder foundation, which I don't do, I stopped doing it once I had my baby. I used to always, every day, and it was super simple, but I used to always every day just put this powder all over my face. Literally takes like not even 60 seconds. But now, I don't know why, ever since I had my baby, now I just take this and I put a little bit under my eyes and maybe like around my nose. And if there's like a little bit of redness here. So I don't even use it as much as I used to, but this is the one that I use. It's called, the brand is called Gabriel. They're more of like a natural brand. They're like a mineral powder foundation. And this is wrong actually. It's not light beige because you can buy the refills. I just buy the lightest shade. Because I do such a thin layer that it just, I don't know, it looks better when I do a lighter shade, even though I don't have like the lightest skin tone. I don't have like the fairest skin tone, but I don't know, the lightest one works best for me. So there's that. So yeah, I pretty much wear this every day, just a very small amount. It's a really good mineral makeup, but I don't really have a lot to compare to. And I don't wear foundation. Like, I don't wear liquid foundation. I've really only worn this like for literally like 15 years, like my whole life. Okay, and then I don't wear blush every day. I think I used to wear a little bit of blush every day before I had my daughter, and then that was another thing that I just dropped. But if I were to wear blush, I usually go for like a kind of peachy, slightly peachy color, like a little warmer. I find that that looks good. And just put just put it on like that. I find that if I do go, do put this all over, like I put it on my cheeks, it takes a little bit of the natural pink out of my skin tone, because obviously this is like a lighter color. So then I go in and I put a little bit of blush. But ever since I stopped using this all over my face, I also stopped using blush because I felt like there was a little more natural flush showing through. Okay, and then this is like a powder that I think is you're supposed to use for your eye, like an eyeshadow. But I typically use this, and as you can see, there's like a little brush in here. I typically use this for my brows. It's a dark brown, and I just put the tiniest amount on my brows. If I didn't wear it, my brows wouldn't really look that different, but I just put like a tiny bit to kind of highlight and give a little bit more depth to my brows. So I do wear that every day still. It's on right now. Then this is something I do every day. It's not makeup, but it's an eyelash curler. So I curl my eyelashes. If I didn't use this, my eyelashes are like stick straight. They don't curl at all, which is fine, but I like them to curl a little bit. So I use this every day. Yeah, my eyelashes, it was something that I used to actually like really be frustrated about. They're just like short and straight. So I really did not win the eyelash lottery, but who cares? It's really not that big of a deal. And then some other randoms in here. This is a concealer stick by Maybelline. It's like a creamy concealer. I really don't use this ever. Like, mostly I would use it if I had like a breakout, or like sometimes in the past I would use it as like an under eye concealer, but this one doesn't really work that well. I don't know. I feel like under eye concealers usually like get creasy under my eyes. They crease. So anyway, there's that if I need it, if I have a breakout. This is something that I use every day, most every day. It's something I made. I put in this tin. It's kind of almost like a you could think of it almost like the consistency of a lip balm. It looks like that. It's I think it's just coconut oil, maybe a little castor oil and beeswax. So it's just like a solidified oil. And what I do is I literally just put a little bit on my finger and put it on my eyelashes. So I think it just like nourishes the eyelashes and it makes them look a little bit darker. Like probably not noticeable. But I don't typically wear mascara, so I will just put a little bit of that on my eyelashes. I don't know where I got that idea. I don't know if like I heard it from somewhere or I just thought of it on my own. I know some people put castor oil on their lashes. I don't know if they do it during the day, but I do this most days at home and when I travel. If I'm wearing mascara, I do not. I will wear mascara instead, but I usually only wear mascara like once a month. Okay, and then I've got this. This is a little eyeshadow palette from Sephora, and it's in the color No Place Like Home. And it's just like this kind of light champagne color. And I have in here a little, like I think I got this from like Sephora as well, like one of those little, and pretty much this color I can't see what I'm doing, but I'll just put it on the inner corners of my eyes like that. Probably didn't go on very well, but that's really what I use this for. And I don't ever wear this daily anymore, but if I'm doing a little bit more makeup, usually what I will do is like powder all over my face, and then I'll also do the blush, and then I'll also do this, and then I might do like a little something on my eyes, whether it's mascara or an eyeliner. So this is just like a black eyeliner. And so sometimes if I'm doing a little more makeup, like we're traveling to a wedding, for example, I will do the eyeliner as well as the blush and the shimmer, and I'll put a tinted lip on. So that's like my more makeup look, which I don't do too often these days, but a lot of times when we're traveling, I like to look a little nicer because either we're going to an event or I don't know, I just view travel as like fun and different, so I might wear a little bit more makeup for that reason. So that is all of the makeup in here. The only thing I might like add is like mascara. I don't have an extra mascara, but if I wanted to have mascara with me, I would add that to this bag. But yeah, so that is my makeup bag. Just put it in the main component like that, hairbrush. So as you can see, that was like a lot of different items. That I'm able to fit in this bag. I know I'm not the most high maintenance person. So obviously if you do more makeup or you just use more products, like maybe this bag wouldn't be enough. But I also keep other things in here. Like as you saw, I kept some first aid stuff, I kept my sleep stuff, so it does hold quite a bit. And for me, it really holds like all of my toiletries, and it's just so convenient to be able to just grab this and know for a trip that I don't have to worry about packing every toiletry, just know that it's all here. So I did wind up, having to purchase quite a few things to have this fully stocked, like, duplicates of my makeup and like, a duplicate tongue scraper and hairbrush and things like that. But it's worth it because like I will have this for years, and so I don't have to just pack all those things every time. So anyway, that's my travel bag, and yeah, if you feel like this would be helpful for you, maybe you can be inspired to make a travel bag for yourself. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, just a fun little what's in my bag video, and I'm sending you all peace, love, beauty, and harmony, and I'll catch you all again soon, okay? Bye.